Hey everybody, welcome to another Flesh and Blood Team League broadcast by the Combat Chain. I am your host, Adam Philipchuk, and today we have Zayne Johnson of West Coast Best Coast taking on Wan Pang Law of Team Blue Pitch. Now, the players are about to reveal the characters, and we have a chain mirror here. All right. We did have a triple header between Team Blue Pitch and Team West Coast Best Coast yesterday, with Team Blue Pitch gaining the edge, going up 2-1 on West Coast Best Coast. Today we've got Zayne looking to keep Team West Coast Best Coast in the ranking here, in the running. If Team Blue Pitch can take another win, this will seal the series for them. So we have Team Blue Pitch winning the dice roll here. I assume Wan is going to choose to go first. And the player is just sideboarding right now, choosing what they're going to bring in for this match. And chat, how are you doing tonight? Who do we got in the chat? All right. So it looks like the players are almost ready to get going here. I think I can see Zayne still just figuring out a couple things with his deck here quickly. The final sideboard considerations. And I gotta wonder, I think traditionally Chain is looking to go first in this matchup, getting the first Soul Shackle. So Zayne, in coming in or having to lose the dice roll here, I imagine Wan is going to choose to go first. And Wan just, both players shuffling up here. Looks like we're just about ready to get going. We're going to have our equipment reveal here shortly. Oh, Zayne got his things in the wrong slot, but everything looks good. All right, so we got our equipment. All right, so we have both players have revealed their equipment. We are off to the start of this match. And we see Wan starting off with a activation of Grasp. Going to make a rune chant. And typically when Chain gets to go first here, I find they're usually looking to just set up, have a good follow-up turn. So we're going to see make the rune chant, make a soul shackle. And then we're going to see an arsenal and a pass over to Zayne. This gives Zayne the first opportunity to take tempo. And in Zayne's position here, I think that's what he's looking to do. Yeah, we're going to see a chain activation into a Shrill of Skull form. Is that a yellow Shrill? It is. So this is going to be 6 with Go Again, with the Soul Shackle satisfying the requirement for the aura creation on Shrill of Skull form. So 6 with Go Again. That's going to be just absorbed by one with a follow-up. Is that a red on Howland Rights? It is. This is another 4 with go again, or another 4, no go again here. And Zayne is just going to arsenal 10 damage turn, and he's going to pass it off to Wan, with Wan having the first opportunity to come in with a 5-card hand. On top of that, Wan does have the rune chant, an extra point of damage. So we're going to see our first Soul Shackle. Oh, are we forgetting to banish? Oh, we're responding to the Soul Shackle. I see what's happening. Interesting. This isn't a play you typically see. Zayne just reading the Soul Shackle carefully, because this is at the start of the action phase. So this does create a trigger on the stack. And can be responded to. I wonder what Juan is hoping to achieve here by responding to his Soul Shackle with the Art of War. And we see, it looks like we're going to have a judge call here right off the bat. I imagine Zayne's wanting to double check and make sure that Juan can in fact respond to his Soul Shackle. So we're just waiting for the judge to pop in here. And we're going to have our judge ruling shortly. Apologies for the delay here, folks. This is we've been pretty fortunate with not having to worry about any judge calls so far in any of our streamed matches, but this was bound to happen at some point. But I do believe Juan can respond to his Soul Shackle. Yeah, so there we have the judge ruling that Soul Shackles can indeed be responded to. We're just ironing out a few things here. And yeah, the judge is confirming that this does in fact work the way that Juan believes it does. So we're going to have a good play here. Juan is going to be, let's see here, what do we... So it looks like we're choosing +1, and we're going to banish a Shadow of Ursa to draw 2. And hopefully Juan draws the way he wants to. We're going to see the banish now off the Soul Shackle. And it's going to be a yellow captain's call. So Juan's blood debt is at 1 right now. With the shadow averser. And we're going to see a belittle. This is going to be 4 with go again. And we're going to get a red minnowism. That's going to come to Juan's hand. We've got 4 with go again and a rune chant. Zayne opting to take all of this. He's going to go down to 35. And we're going to see Juan come in with the shadow averser, banishing a red bounding demigon. So this is going to be another 3 with go again. Yeah, that's a red bounding demigon. Zayne thinking about his blocks here, trying to decide if he has any extra cards in his hand that he doesn't need for his next turn. And it looks like we're going to have a no blocks. Juan's going to then come in with an E-strike, sinking his card. And he's choosing draw a card here. This is going to be 6, draw a card. And that means it doesn't look like Juan has a go again here. And Juan did not shackle this turn. Oh, he's going to creepers. And that's how he's going to get out his minnowism. That makes sense. There is the shackle. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, you're right. A 20 plus damage. Are we looking at a 24 damage turn? 25 damage, including the rune chant? If we see the Rosetta get swung here with the go again, I gotta imagine he is looking to swing this. And there we go. We see the sword getting swung. There's an additional 4. Zayne thinking again. And Zayne going down to 18. It's a pretty big turn for Juan here. And we've already got Zayne down at 18. Zayne's going to be coming back on Shackle 1 with a 4-card hand, 3 cards in the arsenal. Yeah, I agree, chat. That was a huge turn. And on Soul Shackle 1, we've got a miss, a blue Vexing Malice. So we're going to see Zayne activate Chain, Soul Shackle to 2. We're going to see another red Unhallowed Rites. This is going to be 4 with go again. Floating 2. And I gotta imagine at this point, Juan's happy to take all of this. And we're going to see that get followed up with a Command and Conquer. Here's another 6. No arsenal being threatened here, so I imagine Juan once again is happy to take this damage, go to 20. And that we're going to see just that. Zayne's going to arsenal his last and pass it over to Juan. So now we're going to see Juan on Shackle 2. He's got a 4-card hand, plus whatever he banishes. We have a red ghostly visit, so effectively Juan's on a 5-card hand. But I think Zayne hoping that this isn't the monster turn Juan had last time. Oh, a shadow puppetry. That doesn't... Now you gotta wonder, Zayne okay with taking this damage? You likely want to block this. And it's not so much the taking 5, it's the giving Juan the ability to banish off the shadow puppetry. That can just be more gas for Juan. And the other thing too, this is coming in for 5, this threatening to take Zayne down to 13. That's what I'm wondering as well, chat. Are we going to see a husk block here? I think Zayne's just more so contemplating whether he's got the turn he wants here. And yeah, here we are, husk. Into a revel. Oh no. This is going to make 4 rune chance. We're going to activate chain here. Shackle up to 3. And threatening a sword for 8. Still 1 resource up. This Rosetta does have go again. And you gotta wonder, does Juan have another attack here, or is he going to arsenal? Zayne thinking long and hard about his turn. This is probably Zayne's one chance to shift momentum. I think we'll likely see Skullcap thrown at this no matter what. Because this, if Zayne's got the turn here, this might be the last time Zayne's at a life deficit. We're going to see Zayne pitch to this, pitching 4, pitching 7. So Zayne looking to just maintain his life total here. Zayne taking 2, going to 16. And no arcane was dealt there. So creepers are blowing up. I wonder if this is an opportunity for Zayne to kind of gain back a little bit of an advantage here. We're going to see 2 soul shackles for Zayne. We've got a blue bounding demigod and an invert existence. I believe that is a blue bounding demigod. Let's just double check on that here. So Zayne coming in with a red Minnowism into a chain activation. Going to soul shackle up to 3. And we're going to see that blue bounding demigod get played out. This is going to be 5 with go again. Zayne looking to chip in a little bit here. And I think Zayne ultimately is hoping to get out an inefficient husk block at this point. Or possibly even going to use the invert existence. Try to sneakily take care of husk without giving Juan an opportunity to block this. I got to wonder if Juan's thinking about just throwing the husk at this, because if he doesn't, he could potentially be dipping below 13 anyway. Because Juan has no arcane barrier at this point as well. Juan thinking long and hard about his block right now. And you got to wonder, maybe Juan doesn't have the turn he wants right now. Juan's trying attention to his arsenal. Not certain if that was a misclick, but we're going to see a block for 5 here. Followed up by a Rosetta, so Zayne no longer threatening to bring Juan below 13. And I think Juan's just going to take this and clap back with the 4-card hand. Yeah. See Juan go to 16. And we're going to see the invert get played right now. Zayne's going to banish a Shadow Puppetry and an E-Strike, threatening 2 Arcane. And this brings Juan right down to 14. So I think 1 short of where Zayne really hoped to get him to. But this also clears out Zayne's blood debt, leaves Zayne only taking 1 down to 15. So we're going to see Juan shackle 3 here. Oh, 2 misses, 3 misses. And that's not what Juan wants to see right now. This is the point of the game where Juan's looking to try to push Zayne to the point where Zayne cannot hold on to a hand. I imagine Juan very disappointed to not have any hits on his. Yeah, you make a good point, Yuki. Could Quillhand have gotten Juan where Zayne wanted him? So we're going to see a Rune Chant get made, followed by a Nimbleism, Chain Activation into a Bounding Demigon from hand. This is going to be 6. That is a red. So this is going to be 6 go again with a Rune Chant on top. Zayne happy to take that Rune Chant, going to 14. Ooh, and off that, we're going to see a Swarming Gloomveil. Here's going to be another 4 with go again. And we've had 2 auras made so far this turn. So no worries about this preventing Arcane from being blockable for the rest of the turn. But this is still a must deal with to some extent. Either this or the Rosetta is, because Zayne is, at this point, Juan will be threatening lethal off of the Rosetta if Zayne takes 4 here. Zayne thinking long and hard about what his play is here. I gotta wonder, is Zayne thinking, can he go to 2 here? So we see Zayne throwing the cap at this, followed up by the Rosetta, another 2 and 2. This is threatening to take Zayne down to 2. And Zayne's going to take it. This is Zayne's opportunity to try to flip it around. So we really need, I know chat's suggesting an Art of War. I think a few good banishes can get us pretty far here. So we got a Rift Bind, a Bounding Demigod Yellow, and an Art of War. Oh, you don't want to see that Art of War, but we do have 2 playable cards here. So if Zayne has the non-attack action, this is a 6-card hand. And that's really what you're hoping to see at this point, is does he have something in hand to make that Bounding Demigod playable and pump that Rift Bind? This is going to be Zayne's last opportunity, likely, to push any damage. Push the damage he needs to push. We still see Husk up for Juan. Juan does have Skull Cap, blocking at 1 currently, and Grass blocking at 1 as well. That's 8 points of block just off equipment alone. We're going to see the turn start off with a Ghostly Visit, 4 with Go Again off of a chain activation. Pitching a blue Shrill of Skull form, floating 2. And I gotta imagine Juan is. But I mean, though, if Zayne doesn't have the non-attack action, this is game, sadly. Imagine Zayne coming in on this line to try to give Juan as little information as possible. If he's got the non-attack action, he wants to sit on it. Keep Juan guessing is the play here right now. Juan thinking long and hard about his block here. Can he afford to take 4 here? Save Husk for something bigger. Will there be something bigger? We don't know. Juan's still thinking long and hard about this. Juan looking over the banishes, and we're going to see a red Riftbind get thrown at this. So a block for 3 currently. Looking to take 1. And Zayne's going to Creepers here. Flashing out a Captain's Call. And how does Captain's Call read? This will not pump the Ghostly Visit. This is going to apply to the next attack, but this does allow the Bounding Demigod and the Riftbind to now be playable. So I think Zayne's looking to get out both the Bounding Demigod and the Riftbind here. Yeah, I agree, chat. I think that's the play for sure, is to choose the Go Again and get the 2 action points off the Captain's Call. Well, effectively, you get a go again off, you get an action point off the chain, you get an action point off the go again on captain's call. You don't need to choose go again. You can choose +2 and still have 2 action points here. Unless, does Zayne need 3 action points? No, with the go again, how does that work? I don't think we have the resources to Demigon and Rosetta here. Oh, he does have a card in hand, so yes, he can still. Wow, it's late, chat. He can still swing the Rosetta here. So we'll likely see a Vexing Quill activation into the sword. So Juan looking to take this here. He's going to go down to 10. And we're just going to see a Rosetta with no quill, with no Vexing Quill hand. So threatening another 4 here. And I got to imagine Juan is going to take this and just go down to 6. So Zayne is going to be going down to 1 here off of his blood debt. Yeah, and now that I think about it, I agree with you once again, chat. Vexing Quill hand breaking it doesn't get us anywhere. So now this is going to, in part, come down to Juan's banishes. Oh, and we do have the invert. I think this might be game. No, we do have Skull Cap. Zayne can still pitch away to this. Juan has a 3-card hand plus his banish. Is able to play the invert here at any time as it is instant. So Juan has a couple different lines here. He can either we're going to see a chain activation to 5, pitching a yellow bounding Demigon. We're going to have a Rift Bind. This is going to be 3 with go again. Does Juan not have the non-attack action here? That would be very fortunate for Zayne. But I imagine Juan's still looking to. So we're going to see an invert, another 4 with go again. Or no, sorry, Unhallowed Rites, 4, no go again. But we do have the invert. Chad, are you on the edge of your seat right now? I know I am. This is coming down to the wire. Zayne does have the ability to Skull Cap, block for 1, and or even throw creepers at this, along with a card from hand. Zayne thinking long and hard about his block here. And we're going to see a block for 4 here. Juan has no resources to invert it this time, and Juan will be taken down to 4 at the end of this turn. But now I imagine Juan is just going to wait for Zayne to overextend himself, and then Juan's going to invert him. So we're going to see Soul Shackle 4. Not a single hit. Zayne's got 2 cards in hand. He is at lower life, so he can still Skull Cap to prevent the arcane damage off of inverts. Zayne also at the mercy of Carrion Husk here. If he can't push Juan over the edge, it will be game for Zayne no matter what. So we're going to see Vexing Cool Hand get cracked. This is going to produce 2 rune chance. Chain to 5. And we're going to see a Rosetta. 2 floating. This is going to be 2 and 2. Or 2, 1 and 1, I should say. Juan's going to invert here. To which Zayne does have the blue. And another invert. Does Zayne have the targets for Juan to double invert here? And it looks like this might be game. See Zayne looking through the rest of his deck now, but I think this is game here. So it looks like we have Team Blue Pitch taking the series. This gets Team Blue Pitch up to their 3 wins. So mathematically, West Coast Best Coast is unable to win the series. We will have one more match coming for you at some point this week. It is currently unscheduled. We'll see Oliver Chen taking on, I don't actually know who the other player is for Blue Pitch at this time, unfortunately. But a heartbreaking loss after a very, very close match between Juan Peng La and Zayne Johnson. As always, thank you for tuning in. I am Adam Philipchek, and we are closing the combat chain.